The concept of God, a force beyond human comprehension, has captivated civilizations for millennia. This fascination is not merely a fleeting curiosity, but a profound and enduring quest that has shaped the very fabric of human history. From the earliest days of human existence, we have looked to the heavens, seeking answers to the mysteries of life and the universe. From ancient cave paintings depicting celestial beings, which suggest that early humans sensed a presence greater than themselves, to the intricate mythologies that arose in various cultures, the idea of a divine force has been a constant companion in our journey through time. These early expressions of spirituality evolved into more organized forms of worship. Towering cathedrals, echoing with prayers and hymns, stand as testaments to humanity's enduring quest to connect with the divine. The architecture itself, with its soaring spires and intricate stained glass, reflects our desire to reach towards the heavens, to touch the infinite. Across cultures and eras, we find ourselves drawn to the idea of a higher power, grappling with questions of origin, purpose, and the very nature of existence itself. Whether through the sacred rituals of indigenous tribes, the meditative practices of Eastern philosophies, or the theological debates of Western religions, the search for God is a universal endeavor. This enduring fascination speaks to a fundamental human need to find meaning and connection beyond the tangible world. In moments of quiet reflection, whether in the solitude of nature or the stillness of meditation, we seek to understand our place in the cosmos and our relationship to the divine. It reflects our innate desire to understand the forces that shape our lives, seeking solace, guidance, and perhaps even a glimpse of the infinite. This quest is not just about finding answers, but about experiencing a sense of wonder and awe that transcends the mundane aspects of daily life. The search for God, then, becomes a journey of self-discovery, a pursuit of truth that transcends the boundaries of time and culture. Pilgrimages to sacred sites, whether they be ancient ruins or modern-day temples, are physical manifestations of this inner journey, symbolizing our quest for spiritual enlightenment. Throughout history, philosophers, theologians, and mystics have dedicated their lives to unraveling the enigma of God. Their writings and teachings form a rich tapestry of thought, offering diverse perspectives on the divine nature and our relationship to it. These intellectual and spiritual explorations have profoundly influenced the course of human history, shaping cultures and civilizations. They have left behind a rich tapestry of thought, exploring diverse perspectives on the divine nature and our relationship to it. From the ancient scrolls of the East to the philosophical treatises of the West, these works continue to inspire and challenge us, inviting us to ponder the mysteries of existence. While their approaches may differ, they share a common thread, a profound sense of awe and humility in the face of the ultimate mystery. This shared sense of wonder unites us across time and space, reminding us that the search for God is, at its core, a deeply human endeavor. It is a journey that invites us to look beyond ourselves, to seek the divine in the world around us, and to find meaning in the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. The vastness and complexity of God make it challenging to define Him directly. When we look at the universe with its countless stars, endless oceans, and towering mountains, we are reminded of the immense scale and mystery that surrounds us. How can finite minds grasp the infinite? As we gaze into the night sky or lose ourselves in the beauty of nature, we begin to understand the limitations of our own understanding. One approach, known as the via negativa or negative theology, attempts to approach God by defining what He is not. This method has been explored by theologians and philosophers throughout history who have sought to understand the divine by stripping away human attributes. Rather than ascribing specific qualities, this method emphasizes God's transcendence beyond human concepts and limitations. By focusing on what God is not, we can begin to appreciate the divine in a way that transcends our limited human perspective. Proponents of the via negativa argue that positive descriptions, however well-intentioned, risk anthropomorphizing God, reducing him to human terms. They believe that by avoiding these descriptions, we can avoid the pitfalls of projecting our own limitations onto the divine. They might say, God is not limited by time and space, or God is not bound by our understanding of good and evil. These negations help to highlight the ways in which God is fundamentally different from anything we can comprehend. By negating limitations, they aim to emphasize God's absolute otherness. This otherness is not something to be feared, but rather something to be revered and respected. This approach acknowledges the inadequacy of human language to fully capture the divine essence. Words, after all, are human constructs, and they can only go so far in describing something that is beyond human experience. It encourages a posture of humility, recognizing that our finite minds can never fully comprehend the infinite. This humility is not a sign of weakness, but rather a recognition of the vastness and mystery of the divine. The via negativa invites us to approach God not with rigid definitions, but with a sense of awe and wonder, embracing the mystery that lies beyond our grasp. It calls us to open our hearts and minds to the possibility that there is more to the divine than we can ever fully understand. This approach also encourages us to seek the divine in the silence and the unknown, to find God in the spaces between words and in the quiet moments of reflection. By embracing the via negativa, we are invited to embark on a journey of discovery, one that leads us not to definitive answers, but to a deeper appreciation of the mystery and majesty of the divine. In the end, defining God by what he is not allows us to approach the divine with a sense of reverence and awe, acknowledging that the true nature of God is beyond our human comprehension. It is an invitation to explore the infinite, to seek the divine in the unknown, and to find peace in the mystery. Can reason alone lead us to God? This question has captivated philosophers for centuries, leading to various arguments for God's existence. One such argument, known as the ontological argument, tries to prove God's existence through logic and the very concept of God itself. Championed by thinkers like Anselm of Canterbury, the ontological argument posits that God, by definition, is the greatest conceivable being. It argues that existence is a greater attribute than non-existence. Therefore, the greatest conceivable being must necessarily exist. To conceive of God as not existing would be a contradiction. However, the ontological argument has faced significant criticism. Critics argue that it conflates existence with a property, like being powerful or wise. They contend that existence is not a characteristic that can be added to a concept to make it greater. The debate over the ontological argument highlights the complexities of using logic to prove or disprove God's existence. The concept of God often involves attributing him with omnipotence, the quality of being all-powerful. This idea has fascinated theologians, philosophers, and thinkers for centuries, leading to deep discussions and debates about the nature of divine power. Yet, the very notion of omnipotence raises intriguing paradoxes that challenge our understanding of both God and the nature of power itself. These paradoxes are not just abstract puzzles. They touch on fundamental questions about the nature of reality and our place within it. Can God, for instance, create a stone so heavy that even he cannot lift it? This question, often referred to as the omnipotence paradox, is a classic example of how human logic can struggle to grasp the concept of an all-powerful being. This classic paradox exposes the limitations of applying human logic to the divine. Our logical frameworks, built on human experience and understanding, may not be adequate to fully comprehend the nature of an omnipotent being. If God can create such a stone, then he is not all-powerful, as there is something he cannot do. This suggests a limitation in his power, which contradicts the very definition of omnipotence. If he cannot create it, the same limitation applies. This paradoxical situation, forces us to reconsider what we mean by all-powerful, and whether our human definitions can truly capture the essence of divine omnipotence. The paradox forces us to confront the limits of our own understanding. It challenges us to think beyond our conventional notions of power and capability, and to explore deeper philosophical and theological questions. Perhaps omnipotence should not be understood as the ability to perform logically contradictory actions. Instead, it might be more accurately described as the ability to do all that is logically possible. Instead, it might be better conceived as God's absolute power over all possibilities, a power that transcends the constraints of human logic. This perspective allows us to appreciate the vastness and mystery of divine power without getting entangled in logical contradictions. This perspective allows for a more nuanced understanding of divine power, one that acknowledges the limitations of our finite perspectives. By recognizing the limits of our own understanding, we can approach the concept of omnipotence with greater humility and openness to the mysteries of the divine. Ultimately, the discussion of omnipotence and the limits of logic invites us to explore the boundaries of human thought and the nature of the divine. It encourages us to reflect on the profound questions that have intrigued humanity for millennia and to seek a deeper understanding of the mysteries that lie beyond our grasp. As we ponder these questions, we are reminded of the beauty and complexity of the universe and the endless quest for knowledge and understanding that defines the human experience. The journey to comprehend the divine is a testament to our enduring curiosity and our desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. In the end, the exploration of omnipotence and the limits of logic is not just an intellectual exercise, but a journey of the soul. It invites us to embrace the unknown, to question our assumptions, and to seek a deeper connection with the divine mystery that surrounds us.